We're ready to rock and rumble. Let's go, rock and Rio.
Let's do it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Bro Vote. This is episode 3. I'm Alex Dalwall, your host, joined by
Anthony,
JT,
and then we got the boys in the back. We have Michael, who's back. Jack is sick, so he won't be on. We have Dominic, who's back, and then we have another friend, Juan Nacho, in the back. He doesn't have a mic, but he says hi. And then we also have a special guest in the in front of the camera with us. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Filipe Costa. I'm a tennis player and a senior now at University of Georgia. And I'm just another bro who voted, man. Guess what? That's why I'm here.
Bro who voted. I like it.
Yeah, so I guess kind of before we get started, like, why is politics and current events, like, important to you to talk about as somebody who's like a college athlete?
100%. Well, I think first and foremost, so I was born in Brazil. Whole family's Brazilian. Came here kind of mid-2000s. And, I mean, one of the biggest things is we don't want to see the U.S. end up like Brazil. And especially, I mean, there's so many countries in South America that just kind of absolutely went haywire. And you see kind of the same playbook all around the world. And it's my parents growing up. Dude, when my parents got citizenship, this was, I think, 2017, my mom handed us the passport and she goes, in 18 years, this is the best gift I could have ever given you. And she starts crying. I go,
that's sick.
I didn't know this was a big deal like that. I'm like, I love America, I guess. But yeah, no, I mean, just seeing it, and it's obviously like a familial influence where it is as important it is to them. And I didn't, necessarily experience growing up in Brazil and everything. But if it's that heavy in their heart to where she's crying when she hands me, citizenship to America, I guess I should lock in.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Point,
yeah, that is awesome though.
That was like the best introduction I think I've
ever heard. No, that is really sweet. Yeah, so we're back. This is episode 3. Before we get going, comment, like, subscribe, do all the things. So I'm gonna say it at the beginning, so we don't say it at the end.
Yeah,
but
push every button.
Yeah. Big week this week in terms of the happenings in the world. Kind of the first thing that was really big that happened was Daniel Penny was found not guilty. Backstory here, he is an ex-Marine who was on a subway in New York City. There was this crackhead guy kind of spewing off and saying that he was going to kill people and was really like threatening the lives of other people on the train. And he put him in a chokehold, and unfortunately the guy ended up dying. And so he was charged with manslaughter and negligent homicide. Yeah. This took place back last year. And yeah, so finally he was, I think the manslaughter was dismissed, and then he was found innocent from the negligent homicide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's just it's like an unfortunate circumstance. Like, the homeless man was like abandoned by his family on the street, doing drugs, things like that. And unfortunately, like, this happened. But for a guy like Daniel Penny, he's just like trying to help. He's trying to do the best thing he can to keep other people safe. And justice definitely prevailed.
The guy came into the bus, and I was listening to Daniel Penny's testimony. Sorry, Subway, yeah. Subway bus, same thing, whatever. I was it's all the same when you're in the city. MARTA is MARTA. It's the same. There's no different term for it. Anyway,
I have a different term for it.
Okay, all right, cool. Thanks for letting us know, bro. Anyway,
I'll speak up.
Yeah. When he got onto the train, he like threw his jacket onto somebody, like just threw it on the ground. I don't know if it's on somebody. He threw it at people. And he like came in to the train saying, "I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you." Like saying it to everybody. He's like, "I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you." I'm like, not. I don't care about going to jail. I'm willing to throw my life away in prison.
Well, he said. Well, initially, like, this is where the whole Black Lives Matter movement was very. They were trying to explain that he immediately walked on the train and he was saying, "I'm fed up. I'm hungry. And I'm thirsty." Does it, like, they were, because supposedly you immediately walked on the train, was like, does anyone have water? Does anyone have food? But being very aggressive about it.
Okay.
Is and then from there saying, I'm fed up. I'm not afraid to go to prison. I'm not afraid to die. And then was saying, he said, either I'm going to die or someone else is going to die.
Oh, dang.
Here.
Yeah.
Not to correct everything.
No. Thanks for correcting me because I didn't know the first part of that. This is just what I heard from
that's
his
where
little
the whole,
test.
like,
His little
movement was behind is that he was actually pleading for food and water and things like this before.
Yeah, I mean, but if you come in aggressive, nobody's gonna give you anything, bro. Sorry, but that's not the way to do it. But yeah, so.
Okay, I kind of think of this, and it's just reminding me of two different things. One is let them eat cake. From the French Revolution. I mean, that's like the first thing that I think is all right. If you want to take his side, I'm going to try and take both perspectives here. If you want to take his side, it's like he's basically having a plea, and he's crying out, he let them eat bread, right? Let them eat cake. And then from our end, if we're supporting Daniel Penny, is it kind of like, oh shoot, like how a patrician is it of us to like look down at him, and he's literally just crying out and pleading out, and we're basically telling him, oh, let them eat cake. But then from the other side of it, it's like, all right, the U.S. is all about incentive structures. If he was not found not guilty, what does that mean about the right that we have to protect ourselves and provide law and order to everyone around us, right? Because this case, though difficult from both sides, is setting a precedent for the future. Now, him being found not guilty will then incentivize people to, one, okay, they can't go out of their way and cause havoc because now they know, given this case, there's going to be repercussions. And if something does happen to you, then whoever freaking comes after you and tries to defend, the rest of the subway, the bus, the MARTA, whatever transportation system you use, they're going to be protected by law.
Yeah, and I think, like, again, from a humanitarian perspective, it is just kind of like a sad story where it's this guy, he's got a history of schizophrenia, drug use, genetic disorders, like things like that, and he was just like abandoned on the street, and then his family wants to now claim him and in like lawsuits and things like that to get a payday,
to get money. Yeah.
And so I definitely think it's just like an all-around sad story. Obviously,
that's an aspect.
Unfortunately the guy died, but Daniel Penny didn't deserve any repercussions from his actions.
Yeah.
So
You want to jump in here?
I didn't say it. I did not say it.
You almost did.
Let me just jump in here real quick. You're in the conversation, buddy.
All right.
You have a mic.
No way. Do
Yeah,
I?
yeah,
Really?
yeah.
That's
See
insane.
it?
I'm not out there. All right. So you brought up the fact that his family is now all of a sudden like owning him, what it seems like for the first time.
Taking him in.
And taking him in after his death because they want the money. They want the money off of what every person is worth.
Yeah, that's
right?
what Alex said.
Wait, just real quick, that's more proof of incentive structures. Right now, the family has an incentive. Right?
Yeah.
Thanks for actually letting me like finish my thought and just yes, I'm repeating what Alex is saying because I'm going back to points. All right.
Right.
All right.
Oh Lord.
No, but so while
hit the mouse. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying is people aren't thinking about that aspect. All of a sudden now his family is like taking him in.
Yeah.
After he's died because they see that there's money to his name versus why didn't they help him out before? But then again, you could say, well, they did help him out before, and then he just kept going off the wagon. But realistically, they don't own him before, and now they're owning him.
Well, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's a point that people aren't. They hear that and they're like, oh, well, good for them because it was a wrongful death.
Yeah.
Is what the other side's looking at.
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably a little bit of half and half with the family. I'm sure there's some sort of. I'm sure there is a lot of remorse for the family. I mean, even though they kind of abandoned him a long time ago, there still is some sort of remorse. But it's also half for the money. They're trying to get some pay.
It looks like they're getting that they're just for him.
It's a little fishy. We don't know what they're gonna do. It's definitely a little fishy. So
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like. Yeah, I see this happening a lot where it's like there's some kind of like wrongful death, and then people just want to use it as a way to like make an extreme bag, and like the human side of me is like, why do you want to just like abuse somebody's like existence, like their memory, and taint it with like a bunch of BS?
Yeah.
Well, the family, like what they were saying is, well, he never actually attacked anyone, so why would David Penny like put him in a chokehold with this whole with the situation.
Yeah, but there's a lot of evidence.
Yeah, what do the witnesses say?
Yeah,
Well,
there's
that's what I'm saying.
there's
Everybody was
witnesses-
saying they
but-
were fearing for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm bringing these are like that in New York. What a great city. That's
Used to
people
be.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it ever even was.
hey, the architecture is still good, I will say.
Yeah. So
Architecture is so good.
It's so good.
It's still
Hank Williams
It's
Jr.
still
has a
pretty,
great
okay?
song about
I
New
like
York,
it.
even in the 80s.
it's pretty.
No, so
Screw
but
you.
like he hasn't done anything
Damn.
wrong. He's just being aggressive. Why? Like, I mean, it's New York. I think, but like people are aggressive all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So
Yeah, well, I mean,
sound
I think it
super
should.
democratic
I
over
think
here,
it.
but,
I think
like-
it should say something where people on a New York subway are feeling threatened. Like,
no.
Yeah, I mean, they're used
dude
to
must
it.
have been
I agree with you.
aggressive as
Yeah,
hell.
I mean,
would
there-
agree with you,
when
too.
I was in
Like-
New York, I was on a subway. That shit's everywhere, dude. There's even before you get on the train, you're just walking to the subway. It's like people are screaming in your ear. So for New Yorkers, like on their daily life, to feel threatened and scared, I mean, I don't know. I wasn't in Penny's shoes, but I mean, I probably would have done the same thing. You know, I wish I could have said I would have done the same thing, but honestly, for me, I'm kind of a wimp, so I probably would have just stayed in the corner and not done anything.
what
So,
if Penny-
I'm being honest with myself and my viewers. I'm like, I don't know if I would have the courage to stand up. I mean, he even said himself, he's like, I was scared, and he said, like, Marines, like, you think you're in the Army, Marines, you don't have fear. But no, we're taught to, like, twist our fear to the other way and use it to make courage. So it's not that Marines don't have fear, but it's like we twist it to make it give us courage. And so he said, this is what I did in this instance. I was scared. I was scared for all of my fellow Americans, and so I acted on my fear, and it was courage. So for me personally, I listened to that and I was like, damn. You're amazing. Like, I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, it's high level. The one more thing I'll add is this kind of brings me back to George Floyd case where
Exactly.
you get a little bit of suspicion and it's like, all right, maybe we'll get taken down if I say this. Where did he die because of the chokehold where Derek Chauvin put his knee on his neck, or did he die because of the drug overdose? And so this and I'm generally not familiar with cause of death specifically with this case. If this guy was in a chokehold for this long until he died, was he being that aggressive to where Penny literally had to just hold him down until he ran out of breath? Was he spazzing out because of his drug usage?
Yeah.
Was he genuinely this aggressive and all of a sudden he was like actually it was just Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
Or was he in the chokehold and the reason he died was because the drug overdose combined with the panic of all of a sudden you're in a chokehold, then that's what kind of takes you out.
I don't
I'll
know.
stop there.
I don't know. I don't.
Okay, well,
We're gonna get taken down.
Yeah.
So
Let me jump in here.
Oh, you don't have to say it every time.
I'm not even saying it. So I don't know why you're.
Huh? I know. No, I crapped on him the other week or the other podcast for
You just want to keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were at the
As
Diddy,
he-
we were at
as
the
he
Diddy
says it,
party.
yeah.
We were at the Diddy party, and then JD crapped on me.
Yeah, 'cause
exactly.
We were at the Diddy
Yeah.
party.
Oh my
Three
gosh.
times
No.
in one sentence.
He
Yeah.
he had a mad voice crack lad
I did.
podcast,
That was
and
a
I
good
was
one.
like, what voice crack?
Anyways, you wanted to jump in, huh?
Oh man, he's only like 5 minutes in, and he knows what's up.
You can jump back out. It's okay, bro.
No, I'm going in on this.
All right, all you.
I appreciate it. You just warming it up right there. for me.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Hot plate today, bro. Goodness.
So once again, I'm not saying I disagree with you. I'm just trying to bring in other evidence that I know on this, because but Penny had him in a chokehold for over 5 minutes. Wouldn't you assume at that point, like
It wasn't over 5 minutes. It was between a stop. It was only one stop. So, and you can track it down to the seconds. I'm not 100%, but I think it was under 5 minutes.
Let me refrain. I should say supposedly, because on two different sites, that's what
Yeah.
articles
Well,
that I was reading about
Daniel
this,
Penny
that they were-
himself said
yeah.
it was between a stop. So like one train stop, which is normally under 5 minutes.
Once again,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
Probably
keep
siding
keep
with you
going.
on this,
Keep
but-
going. Keep going.
No, so it says supposedly it's saying 5 minutes. I'm saying supposedly. So at that point, this guy's losing oxygen for like almost 5 minutes, or 5 minutes. He's probably going to be dead at that point, or at least just brain dead.
What's
if-
the point?
But no,
Well, I'm going against.
No.
On saying that with. Is it the drugs? Is it this? That's where, once again, all these movements are pushing because it's like, the guy's going to die after 5 minutes of losing oxygen.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of saying that he's a crackhead or all this other stuff.
Bro should have been in the MMA if he could survive a chokehold for 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Passing out.
Yeah. It's literally, it should only be a minute. So that's what my point is. My point is he wasn't. There's probably a little bit of both. He wasn't strangling him that hard, maybe. Because 5 minute chokehold, and I didn't see how long he lasted through those 5 minutes. Could have been the last minute. Could have been the whole 5 minutes. Who knows? But there probably was some trying to break out of the restraints, and him getting tighter on the chokehold. So he probably was just trying to hold him down, and then eventually he got panicky, like Filipe said, and kind of had a little panic attack.
So my sister did jujitsu, and I actually still have a jujitsu sticker on my car. And if I'm remembering correctly, there's a couple of different types of chokeholds. You can do a blood chokehold where you just cut off the jugular vein. I think it's in your neck. Mm-hmm. And after a couple seconds, you're out. You're blacked out. And then you can do a air chokehold where you just cut off their air supply. And that one takes a little longer, but it's they're both quite quick. If we tried right now without training, we can't hold our breath for a minute. And so if he's 5 minutes, in my mind, it's almost like he's not trying to. Maybe he's just trying to sustain him and just give him a little grace. It's dude, if someone tried to choke me out for 5 minutes and I'm a crackhead and I don't really know what's happening, I don't have the strength to combat, and it's a Marine, bro, I'm not lasting 30 seconds. Yeah. If he does, and I'm assuming he's a Marine who's trained correctly and knows how to chokehold people. Dude, this guy could take him out in 4 seconds if he wanted to.
Yeah.
And so, all right, then that in my mind, if it's between stops, I would assume he's just trying to keep him under control, not trying to do anything, which leads to my mind to think, okay, that's more evidence in the drug part. Because if he wanted to take him out genuinely by chokehold, dude, 30 seconds, a Marine versus a New York crackhead, I'd take a Marine every day.
Yeah, so I don't know, just kind of wrapping up on this, definitely unfortunate situation, but super happy for Daniel Penny. He's gonna walk free.
You don't see him super happy, man.
No, I am. I mean, obviously,
super happy for Daniel.
No, it's
Penny.
I am happy for the guy. I mean, it's just an unfortunate situation
Daniel.
that it had to happen in the first place.
We're so excited, Daniel. Free Daniel Penny.
Moving on to another death.
Or death.
Yeah. Sorry, it's just what's going on.
Sponsored by death.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we're all gonna die. Some people, it just happens because of other people.
Yeah.
The CEO of United Healthcare.
So you're saying that Daniel Penny did kill him? That's what you just.
He led to.
That's what it was.
If there was no Daniel, okay. Oh my gosh, we already have an F word.
There's another one.
Yep.
Add to
it. Take off the last 6 days. You can, You're keeping track at home. The record is still 6. But yeah, so moving on. The CEO of United Healthcare got shot walking out of his hotel room the other day, and we ended up finding out the identity of the guy who shot him. His name's Luigi Mangione.
He's a hot dude.
I mean, cutie patootie.
Dude, dude, I know all the girls are obsessed with him already.
Yeah. Have you seen
No, dude,
I've seen so many memes with that song that's "Mama, I'm in love with a criminal."
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, this guy.
I'm married, so I'm secure. We don't have to worry about that. But
or is it just a cover up?
No. Anyway, but I was adding on to saying all the memes that have been going out that the girls are obsessed with him. They're like I feel like it's
he's like
Ted
Menendez
Bundy all
brothers
over
or
again,
Ted
man.
Bundy. Yeah, all over again. It's pretty funny. But yeah, this guy.
Ted Bundy, please.
Yeah, I guess there's there's got to be some kind of external motivation. It wasn't out of nowhere. This guy, grew up in an affluent family. His grandfather's worth millions of dollars, doing construction or something like that. He went.
I think it's HVAC.
Something like
Shout
that.
out to trades,
Yeah.
you know,
But he was high school valedictorian of the Gilman School in Baltimore, which is a very prestigious private school.
$40,000
a year is crazy.
Yeah.
He's the valedictorian. He went to UPenn undergrad and graduate school, and got degrees in computer engineering and computer science.
Man's a smart kid.
Yeah, there had to be some reason for this whole thing. So that's kind of the question: is what was the motive? Again, like there's kind of just some things that are coming out about his childhood, whether it was the kind of earlier deaths of two of his grandparents, and then also he had like crazy debilitating back issues.
So
or
he
something
had
like
he had a surfing accident,
yeah.
and he had to get these crazy rods. So his what do you call it? Scoliosis is when your back goes like this way, left or right. He had a condition from the surfing accident where it went forward.
Oh geez.
So it was like crushing his internal like organs really bad. So they went in and did like this intense surgery, and he had like so many rods in the back of his back. So he couldn't do anything like physical at all. Like he couldn't even like have sex is what I've been hearing. Like,
I don't
because it was too physical for him.
Oh jeez.
I don't understand how that's United Healthcare's fault. Like
It's-
if
I mean, I
anything,
think
like
he's
you
just,
want to
like,
go assassinate
no,
like your
Not
son.
like the whole healthcare system in general.
I don't
maybe?
think it was. I don't think that was a healthcare thing. Like he was mad because they probably did something to his back or it was expensive. I don't think it was that. I don't know the healthcare thing how it connects to it, but I know he like from his past history, from his past life, he was a great kid. You know, he's very smart, valedictorian, all this. Then this happened, and he went like crazy. He was on
Yeah,
drugs.
I heard that. Like, yeah, like the
So
back
he-
thing triggered.
Yeah, back.
just
That's
a total. Flip
That's
in
what
his
I
life.
think. Yeah, so he was on drugs because of his back. Like he had
Oh.
prescribed
Well,
drugs,
do you
and
think-
what I think is he went off these drugs and went on to some like crazy drugs, like shrooms
Well, yeah,
or something.
it did like. There's like stuff that's come up where like he was super interested in shrooms.
Yeah.
He also got super interested in Ted Bundy and was like very.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He like said that
I
like
didn't know that.
Ted Bundy's like manifesto had like a profound impact on his life and things like that. Or not Ted Bundy, Ted Kaczynski. Sorry, Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, the Unabomber guy.
Yeah.
The Unabomber guy,
No, it's
not
still-
Ted Bundy,
yeah,
other
but-
Ted. Both messed up Teds, but
Ted.
yeah.
All those Teds out there, poor them.
Yeah, I mean, tough name. But yeah, the Unabomber had like a profound impact on him. And a lot of like his friends and his family said that they lost contact with him like 3 months prior to the shooting. Like he just kind of went like
Wow.
off the grid, and then the next thing they know,
Damn, bro.
they're like seeing him on CCTV.
Oh gosh, that must have been so hard. That's crazy.
That's insane.
But I do want to know because he was charged with a few things, but he was also charged with having an unmarked gun, like an untraceable gun.
Yeah, it was like 3D printed.
Was it 3D
Yeah,
printed?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if he made it or is it 3D printed.
Yeah, it was a 3D printed gun, and then on the bullets,
Yeah, he
he like inscribed
his
like
name.
words. No, he
no.
inscribed
What
words.
did it say? It
Like,
wasn't his name.
Deny,
Oh, yeah.
deny, defend, oppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's
It's
the
United Healthcare's insurance.
it's
words.
no, it's the title of a book that exposes. Yeah, it exposes like
Oh,
the
okay.
health insurance industry and like the way that they basically like keep people in the cycle of health insurance to make money for life. Kind of what we were talking about when it came to like RFK, and,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
the whole
yeah.
health system in
Gotcha.
general.
The
But
whole cycle.
yeah, and so again, like it's kind of this wasn't just out of nowhere. It wasn't like random. What?
Do we think he acted alone?
He said he did. I don't know if he did because how does like one person on their own escape New York City? Like he ended up in Pennsylvania.
I mean, he planned it out very well. Even like the chief of police for New York stated that like we're trying to find him, but I mean like this is a very good job in terms of executing someone and disappearing.
Yeah, he could have covered his face a little bit more though.
Well, allegedly when he took his face covering down is because he was flirting with the front desk lady.
To me, it seems like he like almost wanted to get caught with the Monopoly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking a city bike after you merged.
Yeah. Dom's. If you can't hear, Dom's just talking about how Dom thinks that he wanted to end up getting caught just because he left so big of a trail.
Took a city bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Then he's
interesting.
just chilling in a McDonald's when he
What?
gets caught.
Yeah, he was eating- he was
He's eating
eating
a hash
McDonald's.
brown.
Wow. Yeah, the thing that makes the most sense in my mind is like he's almost like willing to lay down his freedom to put out a narrative that kind of exposes the
Yeah, be
insurance
like a sacrificial
company.
lamb type
Yes.
deal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
he
almost
wants to like
thinking
make a
on this.
messiah of himself.
Yeah.
And obviously it's I mean in his mind it could be working. Everyone is talking about like is insurance actually, just and I don't think these healthcare companies are fantastically the best thing ever.
Well, that's what I was
No,
going to say.
definitely
Is like
not.
I think there's almost been a trend the past like 4 years that people have been opposing the healthcare companies, the insurance companies, like what's going on with our healthcare system,
Yeah.
with nutrition and all that. And so, do you think does he actually agree with that, and that's why he's doing this, or does he feel like the system failed him, or are you looking at he's just wanting to be a messiah all of a sudden in this day and age?
I think all three in one.
But like he doesn't actually. But maybe he doesn't care about it. He just wants to all of a sudden be like in the public eye, majorly, and maybe
No, I
I don't
supported
think you
from
do
a
that
larger
No.
group.
if you just want like. I mean, like, dude was set up for life. Like, he had the ability to just be like a somewhat known figure. I mean, dude was the valedictorian of his high school. Like, for like the average person, like that's like a good amount of like notoriety. at
True,
points.
but if you're a perfectionist and then you become a valedictorian, then you go to UPenn and then you get your master's and you're still not well known.
Yeah,
it's
maybe.
like it makes sense a little bit. It's like this insatiable, like he needs to be in the
egotistical
spotlight.
complex.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, to work as hard as possible to become a valedictorian and then get 2 degrees from an Ivy League. It's like, bro, like you want to make something of yourself at some point. And then, I mean, on paper, if he's not famous and blowing up online and whatnot,
Yeah,
like the
maybe.
standards that we have today. No, I mean, he didn't make it into the spotlight if that's it. And so maybe, yeah, he's trying to martyr himself in this way.
No, but as smart as this guy is, his past history shows him being. Like, I mean, UPenn is an Ivy League. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think somebody with that stable of a mind would go, "Oh, I need to kill somebody to be famous." You know, I think there's like a bunch
there's
of
book smart and
different
street
motives.
smart, right? I mean, there's a lot of book smart people that have done like a lot of effed up things.
Yeah.
Didn't
Well,
say it.
Ted Kaczynski
There you
went.
go, right?
Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, went to Harvard.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
That's true.
So I was,
Bill Gates went to Harvard.
yeah.
Well, it's
He dropped out though.
because there's like a difference between
Shout
like,
out college dropouts.
Yeah, I know. Shout out college dropouts.
Still in, not yet. Here we go. Going strong. One more year.
Dude, we know. We
Finish-
talked
finish
about it on the
strong.
pod before. Blue collar.
Blue collar, you know. No, so with there's a lot of people with like being a sociopath, because psychopath is like people that are just out there. They're notorious for obviously being just doing crazy things. The sociopaths are, they say, the people that either are valedictorians and like the Fortune 500 CEO type of person, or they're a serial killer.
Yeah, like the American Psycho guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where my point is did he was following that path and then he didn't get the fame that he wanted, that he thought, or he wasn't meeting these all these standards that he had set up for himself. So and then the back injury maybe caused just a slight change in his brain, because think your spinal cord, right?
Yeah.
He has this
Yeah.
back injury, and then it caused a flip, and then now all of a sudden he's gone to the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that like I heard Candace Owens talking about, like one theory that she had is obviously like a very out there theory, was like the whole MK Ultra deal. It's like a well-known deal that like Ted Kaczynski was MK Ultra at a point, and like that kind of led to him doing the whole Unabomb deal. But she's thinking, so in the past, like MK Ultra started by taking Ivy League kids, and so she was wondering if like that's still going on, and if like because of his back issues, they were like giving him like meds that basically unlocked him to like do
I
whatever
could
they
see the
wanted.
connection, but it is a
And-
far-fetched theory.
Well, then the other thing was that this CEO was about to be or was under investigation and was about to basically expose a bunch of insider trading that was going on.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, both like done by himself with his own
Oh, dang.
with
Yeah.
his own stock in United Healthcare, but even people like Nancy Pelosi and like her
Oh.
insider trading and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And so they're like
That's it.
the whole the whole
This
the whole
sounds like
conspiracy
it's
theory is that this guy was basically drugged and like winter soldiered into like killing this guy.
Well, I mean, he was already drugged, so they probably
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
That's the story. You know.
I love how all roads lead back to Hillary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she sucks.
Hillary, the Diddy list. You know everything.
Hey, Anthony, we're so happy that you haven't stepped on the cords of this podcast
Oh,
yet.
you guys have been working hard.
I know. I see you're just like straddling all the cords over there.
Yeah.
You wanna hit the next one?
Yeah. So,
Kind of related.
yeah. So this is really funny because everybody about this topic is like either like, oh, that's so sad, poor, yeah, you poor, CEO of healthcare, like that's super sad. United Healthcare, that's super sad. And then some people are on the complete opposite. They're like, yeah, this is corrupt. All healthcares are corrupt. Yeah, Brian Thompson.
Calling for his head.
Yeah. But like Brian Thompson was a graduate of Ivy League. And so everybody at the University of UPenn was like, we claim, no, not everybody, sorry. This one professor was like, we claim Luigi, and we've never been so much, I've never been so much happier to be a professor of UPenn. And it's so funny because she's like this crazy blue-haired girl. She has like her own little page, and she calls herself can you scroll down? I can't remember what she called herself. I want to just make sure I get it right. She calls herself the Soviet. The Soviet, and it checks out. And so, yeah, she posted a video on TikTok, and it was like it was the Les Mis song. Do you hear the people sing? Fire song.
Let
yeah.
them eat
Fire
cake.
song.
Yeah, let them
Fire
eat
back.
It's back.
Fire musical.
She
fire
posted
movie.
a TikTok. I think it was a TikTok, but she posted it and was like, the background was, do you hear the people sing? And under the comments, she's like, I've never been more proud to be a professor of the UPenn. She's literally a teacher assistant, a professor assistant, and she teaches what was it? Can you scroll up, Michael? She teaches what is it?
Didn't say there.
Yeah.
No, I put it in there, but she teaches like some stupid class.
English and
Yeah,
cinema.
yeah,
media studies.
I told you it's a stupid class. English.
She teaches English.
English.
Horrible language.
Dumbass language.
Screw English. I don't need to know English.
Oh my
And
I don't need to speak no correct.
yeah, exactly.
JT,
and
2
cinema
episodes
media.
ago was
What?
going on a
Okay.
tangent
What?
about how everyone needs to know how to read and write.
What is cinema and media studies? Like
It's just like movie history.
movie history.
Yeah.
I don't know. At an Ivy League school, and you're out here saying, "I'm the Soviet, and I'm so proud to." But she's also not even a professor. She's an assistant professor. Just funny. And she got flamed. She like deleted every social media account. She like took down the post. Huh? I don't know. I don't know if she's hired or not.
I mean, knowing this kind of status of the Ivy League school,
Yeah.
she's probably promoted at this point.
Well, she identifies herself as a socialist and a anti-fascist.
Probably a they them too.
Oh, probably. I mean, she's blue hair. She's got blue hair.
So, off of this, though, what I do think is interesting is there's probably a lot of... I'll speak up. Thank you. You can just say it. Speak up. No, there's a lot of people that I would say on like the Republican side that are much more... They're for the conspiracies. They're obviously, but they're for the conspiracies. They're nutritionists now. They don't want to be in the pharmaceutical industry, the insurance industry. So they're siding with maybe that they think his death is good. But then you have this individual who is presenting herself very much in the woke scheme of things that we've dealt with for the past 4 years, and then is for the death of this guy as well.
I'm just confused.
Yeah, it's
I'm
like-
just a little confused because the left is always like, someone died. Oh my gosh, someone died.
Yeah.
That person's a criminal. Why did you kill him? Like blah blah blah. Blah. And now, they like put that person that was killed up on a pedestal. And now it's some white guy and he owns a lot of money. He's a big CEO of United Healthcare. And now it's like, yeah, I've never been more proud of being a UPenn teacher. Or
Yeah, I
professor.
think this is like an interesting example of like something that kind of blurs the lines between parties a little bit, because there are people on the right that are very like Anthony said, very anti like establishment in healthcare and things like that, who are like, oh, this guy is like kind of maybe in the wrong way, but his ideas were correct. Like he went about it the wrong way, but they still agree with what he stood for. But then there's people on the left that are like, yeah, like finally it's not like a black person dying. Like, oh, this is like a great like there are people that are literally hailing this dude as a hero on social media. And so then I think kind of the down the middle view of the whole thing is like he killed somebody that he shouldn't have. Granted, the guy was like not the greatest dude, a little shady. but at the end of the day, like you don't just go popping off on people in the middle of the
I mean,
street.
it's still a human being, and you don't ever celebrate the death of a human being.
Yeah.
No matter if they're left, right, black, white, left, right, black, or white. Sorry.
Bars.
That's pretty good. Yeah, you can put a beat to that. But left, right, black, white. No, to me, it's an interesting phenomenon that I see a lot with these sort of, especially recent situations where these things happen. And all of a sudden, people cannot detach just moral absolutes within a specific case. For example, you take and we'll say everyone in the U.S. knows it's right not to kill someone, but then you get, and most people will probably agree. Yes, probably the healthcare and insurance companies are probably not also acting in our best interest. But for some reason, people either take the side of, oh, great, everything, or oh, no, everything. So it's either, oh, great, he died, or oh, great, one of the United Healthcare people and the insurance people is no longer on the face of the planet because this thing sucks. And then the other side is, oh, no, this guy was, eliminated from the earth and it's terrible for business and all of a sudden everything's terrible. Well, I think you could get the perspective where, yes, it's not good that someone was killed, but then you can also step back and be like, I understand this should have never happened. My view does not change, and it hasn't changed that maybe these healthcare and insurance companies aren't doing the right thing. Do I think it means justifying killing someone? No. But I think being able to separate what you believe morally to be correct in two different situations, especially when things are so recent, because for everything like these days, it's like you either choose one side and then you literally fall every domino in that direction, or the other side.
Yeah,
Instead of just nitpicking, it's like, all right, yes, I agree with this. I agree with that. It's kind of, you have to be your own input-output machine. Input life, you think about it, you put your principles in it, and then you output right, wrong.
Yeah, well, and I mean, that's in the world we live in the United States. It's been an issue for so long with just the whole input-output thing, and looking at our political system, because it's a two-party system 100%, so you have to side with one or the other. There is no in-between of picking. But then it progresses even further that just like everything is immediately accepting and like denying, or just accepting and holding to it in our society. We're all, everything has got to be like this, right? We sit around and we watch Instagram Reels for an hour. So you're inputting it, like taking it all in, and they're all 60-second Reels or smaller. So I think it's a progression of not just like looking at how we are as the state anymore, as the country, but then it's like with everything. So why are we like, you can't just pick one way or the other. There needs to be an in-between on this. Like, because his death is wrong. Like, no one should die. But why does it have to be like, oh, you agree that like, yeah, we want the system to fall or whatever, and that you don't like the healthcare system or the insurance business, but then so do you just immediately agree that it was rightful for him to die? Is that going back to this UPenn, like I'm talking about
UPenn
the TA,
professor,
right? The professor, right? Like, so she's celebrating his death because she doesn't like his policies.
Yeah.
Why does it have to be to this such extreme?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'll tell this story real quick. Is my sister? She's like basically the smartest human I've ever met.
Is this the one who does?
Yeah, jiu-jitsu. Yeah, jiu-jitsu sister. And then now she's all into, she's done every extracurricular ever. But she applied to Georgia and Harvard, and she got into Georgia, early admission, honors college, like everything. And her goal is to get into Harvard and say she got into Harvard and then not go. Tell everyone she got into Harvard and then not. Yeah, because in our mind, especially us, being in state here in Georgia, one, she'll have a full ride academically. Undergrad is all right if she wants to be a vet. So then if you want to go to vet school, okay, we'll pay for vet school. But an undergrad degree is like, dude, go to somewhere where the culture is good, right? Where you're not going to be indoctrinated and brainwashed. And so you send her up to Harvard. Yeah, maybe the credentials would be great, but like, what are you actually learning? You're going to learn from professors like her.
Exactly. That's why.
How do you even pronounce that name? Alexieva.
Alexieva. Some Russian communist. crap.
Yeah. I mean, she's called a social. She calls herself
the Soviet.
The Soviet. No, that's her page. Is called the Soviet, but she calls herself a socialist and an anti-fascist.
Yeah, but yeah. So
Ardent anti-fascist.
That's why you send your kids to Franciscan or Benedictine.
Pound it.
Yeah.
Let's go, bro.
Small Catholic schools.
St. John Bosco.
Yeah. yeah, so I think at the end of the day, like there's got to be some way to, yeah, again, like Filipe and Anthony were saying, just separate the two moral issues, and really just take the story for yourself and really separate the death apart from the exposure of corruption.
Yeah, because there's corruption in everything, but a death is a sad thing nonetheless. You know, I mean, it's still a death of a person, but even though they probably were corrupt or who knows, it's still, you don't ever celebrate that. You know, you don't ever say I've never been more proud to be a professor of UPenn because Luigi went to UPenn. You know, that's just
Right, and it's like one thing when it's like it's one thing when it's like a soldier or something like that who's like in combat and like
that's
who
different.
kills
Right.
out of like necessity and
for-
self-defense
yeah.
and like sacrifice for a country, but when it's just like a
Blatant murder.
Yeah. Murder in the middle of the street. It's a little different.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
I
We're
think
going to
we're
hit this
gonna
ad read.
take a
We'll be
break.
right back.
Peace.
The Bro Vote is sponsored by Georgia Lawn Growers. Do you want the greenest weed-free Georgia lawn? Servicing the North Georgia suburbs for over 20 years, Georgia Lawn Growers has highly trained lawn techs that know how to give you a lawn that makes your neighbors jealous. So call Georgia Lawn Growers today or go to georgialawngrowers.com. Mention the Bro Vote to get 20% off your next service. Yeah. Okay. And we're back. We're going to move on to our Idiot of the Week segment. Our idiot of this week
Is Anthony. I'm kidding. Sorry. I love you, Ant. I love you. Don't
Just
cry.
purgatory
It's
zone
okay.
for me, all right? You know, this is right here. This podcast is just
I know you just
shredding hours.
Our idiot of the week is Hailey Welch. She is better known as the Hawk Tuah girl.
Spin on that thing. I just try to do the tagline. Right.
and now this entire episode gets to go to her. It's paying her now.
But she is stupid and is now under SEC investigation. She created her own cryptocurrency. Somebody's rip ass.
still going.
Michael did.
He aimed it right at you, huh?
And yeah, she,
It's his mating call.
You just paused mid sentence. Someone just rip ads. You heard it through the headphones.
Yeah, so she created her own cryptocurrency called like Hawk Coin or something like that. I don't know.
Are you kidding me?
I'm so dead ass, dude.
How do you do that?
She just created a cryptocurrency.
Look it up.
But
Look
how
up which
how
one
do
of
you
the
do
currencies
that?
is
How do
called.
you just start? How do you? I don't get how you do that.
Yeah.
Dude, they start all the time. Cryptocurrencies are made like every minute.
Yeah, but this
it's-
is a girl.
I understand. You just hire someone.
Okay.
But most of them are all like meme coins.
I mean, I don't
There's,
even
like-
know how to start that, or even like what, like truly, like the math and all that stuff behind it. So how that? I mean, she probably paid someone to do it, I guess. How? Someone explain this to me. Sorry,
Oh
no,
my
that was
gosh.
not supposed
Yeah,
to.
it was called Hawk.
Hawk
Coin.
token. Hawk
yeah, the
token.
Hawk Coin. Oh my gosh. And
the hawk.
yeah, HAWK. Oh my gosh, it was trading at less than 1/100,000th of a cent. Sick. But she basically grew it to like a market cap of like 45 or 435 million, something like that, and then dumped her own coin back down to like a market cap of like 30 million, and basically
Grew
just
to as high
scammed.
as it
Yeah,
could go.
yeah,
and
as high as
then
it could go.
whatever that price is with all those coins sold,
Yeah.
because she wasn't allowed to have any more coins to
Right.
explain the market cap for
Yeah.
people with cryptocurrencies. So there's a certain amount that you can like buy at that time. Then until you are whatever, like until they verify you to make sure, and then they allow it to go higher. Like Bitcoins is basically infinite. Like
So-
until there's
so
only,
if she-
until all the Bitcoins are made.
If she
mined.
didn't buy out, is that what it's called? Buying it out?
well, so
She
what I'm,
cashed out.
what I'm
Cash
what
out.
I'm-
Okay, wait, hold on. So if she didn't cash out, would she still like be making money, a lot of money from her?
Well,
from that
no,
crypto?
because she wouldn't have it. It would just be
It
it'd
goes
be
to
fake
what?
money. It'd be fake money at this time.
Oh, it's her net worth.
It's like a stock. Like if you buy a lot of stock and it goes very high,
Oh, so it's
Yeah.
a
you
stock.
don't have the money in your pocket, but
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is like
She's
it's
equity.
It's
Okay,
it's
so
equity
then
in
so
it
then
right
how did
now.
she get in trouble for buying
Well, okay, so
cashing
what?
out?
No, the reason why is because it hit the market cap. So no more. None of the coins could be bought. Like, there's no more that could be bought at that time, right? Yeah. So, what happened? With that? That's the highest the price was going to go, because the only thing that's going to happen from there is the coin is going to be sold, and so the price is going to go down because it's being sold. So she saw the market cap, whatever the price was, and was like, "Well, this is the most money I'm going to be able to make right now for a really long time, so sell it." And then
Sold it all
crashed.
at that price.
Yeah.
Then the coin crashes, and everybody else who had it basically like lost all value in it.
Oh, jeez.
And
I
so-
mean, but if they only bought it for,
But if it's your own coin that you create, and that's why like when you're a celebrity, like basically people are advising celebrities not to endorse any crypto at this point, because once you endorse it and then you make drastic moves on it, the SEC can come after you for like basically an equivalent of insider
Well,
trading
so-
in crypto.
what
it's
is
just
what does the
celebrities
SEC stand
endorsing.
Security Exchange Commission.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Okay, I didn't know what it was. I knew what they were, but I didn't know what
We won one of those championships. Go Dogs.
I know he did, but I just wanted to know what it stood for.
So, with completely lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So anyway,
What's okay? Just real quick. The illegal part of it is the pump and dump scheme.
Yeah.
Right. So
The what?
the pump and dump.
Pump and dump.
Yeah.
Elaborate on that.
sounds like JT's honeymoon.
So,
Hold up, hold
you
up.
watch The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Okay, so this Jordan Belfort guy, right? He's like insane salesman, and he calls a bunch of people, and he buys penny stocks, or he makes them buy penny stocks. He has like these tiny little stocks, and then he has a bunch of money in him, and then he basically builds this hype, and then right when it's at the peak, then he sells it, and you can't do that, right? Or else everyone would
Because
get
you're
these-
influencing people to buy to make it go up,
Yeah.
and then you basically manipulate
You just
the market.
steal their money.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what happened with like Dogecoin. Well, in a different sense,
It's not exactly what happened.
Well, it's
with
not
Dogecoin.
exactly what happened with Dogecoin at all. But
That's exactly what. That's not what happened. Yeah, that's not what
all right,
happened.
okay. Let me just get to my point. So there
Anthony,
was
I
there was
speak in absolutes.
Keep going. Like, get to your
Okay.
point.
flip, the change of mind. He goes, "That's exactly what happened." No, that is not what happened. It's like an improv game, bro.
only
Switch,
absolutes.
change.
I did not have sexual relations with that man. Well, maybe.
It's not a maybe. No, actually, I did. So
Keep going.
there was news that Elon Musk was going to like support Dogecoin, and so
Okay.
Dogecoin rose for the entire week, and out like probably almost I think 100%ed on the ROI. So then Elon announced it that he talked about Dogecoin. I don't know what exactly he said, and it just fell. It crashed afterwards. My point, JT, is so let's say Elon had a bunch of money in Dogecoin. He knew that by announcing it was gonna go up a ton, and then he sold right when he announced it, and then it crashed afterwards. He could be voluntary for that. Like that could have partly been on his fault because of everything he sold, but also then everyone else is screwed, and he just made all this money.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. That's exactly what she did.
Yeah, that.
She pumped it and then she dumped it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's definitely like,
But did she know that you can't do that?
no, that's the thing. It's like she's totally ignorant, I think. I think somebody
On
told her
purpose?
to do this. I think somebody told her to do this. I think she had no clue what was going on. But the SEC doesn't care about ignorance at all. They're just like ready to lock
So
people up.
what are they? So are they
Except
gonna
with
put
Nancy
her in jail for
Pelosi.
5 years?
Except with Nancy Pelosi.
And Anthony with tax evasion.
Are they gonna
Not
put?
in Texas.
Are they
That's
gonna?
what he
I just
said
think
last
it's
episode.
rightful.
Last episode.
No, he was like, "Let's go get beer," and Jack said, "Too. Let's go get beer and commit tax evasion." That's what he said.
right.
But
And then
what? Are they actually gonna lock her up?
I mean, she'll get investigated. I don't know. She might get away with the whole ignorant part, but I kind of hope not, just for the memes.
You hope she goes in jail.
Bro, I mean, she's low-key like my inspiration for podcasting.
I mean,
That one didn't land.
talk to is crazy. JT's not on social media. JT doesn't know that she has a podcast.
Yeah, she has a full podcast, bro.
It's called
like with who?
Talk
Tuah.
Tuah.
Talk Tuah?
Like talk to her.
Like Hawk Tuah, but like talk to her.
Are you kidding me?
Spit on that thing.
Stop saying that. Right in my ear. I'm like hearing you twice too. You get like really close before you say it. So wait, okay.
Maybe that's just
so,
what he's looking for. You know?
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know you, Filipe.
All right. I mean, I guess good for her for
Welcome.
for turning her like her blow up, which is the
Oh,
stupidest
she's
blow up
like
ever.
a marketing genius. Like her and the
Yeah, I
Costco
mean-
guys, marketing geniuses.
Yeah, absolutely. Good for her. I mean, you're doing great. I'm glad you took your fame and did something with it. But like, dude, your kids are. If you have kids, you're gonna like your kids are gonna get bullied because you started a Hawk Tuah term.
No one cares. So what happened to the guy that made the video?
What video?
Like the one that actually filmed the video for
Bro,
whatever
he's not
his vlog.
famous. Like,
I know.
it's
That's
just-
what I'm saying. Like you just complete fall off for this guy, and then the Hawk Tuah girl just blows up.
I mean,
He offered her like 10 grand to film that original video.
10 grand? No way.
no shot.
No, it's just a random.
She did it for
It's a
free.
street thing.
No, they set something up. Let me look it up. Hold on.
Anyway, so
Don't quote me on that.
I still just want to know how you start your own crypto. Because like, why can't I just do it?
You can. It's just going to be worth nothing.
Dude, I'll just be like, hey, all my friends and all my rich
I would not
parents' friends.
put
And I
money
wouldn't,
into
because
your
then JT is just
coin.
gonna do insider trading.
Then
and
you'll
just
pump and
sell
dump
it
us.
all.
Definitely gonna pump and dump, bro.
There we go.
Nobody wants to pump and dump with me.
Well,
When you put it that way.
Not that way. Pause, JT.
No diddy.
It sounds better that way.
JT's just upset. He wasn't
Why did we
invited
look
to the
up
party.
when we looked up Hawk Tuah girl? Luigi Mangione came up as the first result.
Why?
I don't know.
She probably talked about it on a podcast. On her Talk to a podcast.
for talk to a
It,
dude.
Hawk Tuah has a Wikipedia page. That's insane. Yeah, I mean, just grotesque.
June 11, 2024. Dude, oh my gosh.
That's so long ago.
How
The fact
did
that
she...
she's still relevant is
No,
crazy.
but how did she even... Like, why did she blow up?
Because it was funny.
Facts.
Like people thought it was funny. Have you seen the whole video?
Yeah, there's like... No, wait, what is he at? What is the question?
Guy goes like, "What's one
All right,
move
so
that
JT
makes a
does
guy
not
go
know
crazy
who
in
Hawk
bed?"
Tuah
yeah,
is
yeah.
at all. is
No,
what
I
we've come
do.
to
I do.
conclusion.
I do. I do.
He
And
does.
then
Don't
she
worry,
says
guys.
that, like, "Oh, you gotta give him that Hawk Tuah. Spit
No,
on that thing."
I know. It was
Spit on
funny,
that
but like
thing.
there's a lot of funny social media things that just don't go anywhere.
But then like
She just took advantage of it.
she's
dude.
like semi like people thought she was like semi attractive. And so then she like
I don't
blew up
think
to like
she's
try to
attractive
find
at all.
out. Yeah, I mean,
She also-
she blew up for people
She
like
also,
trying to find who
you
she
can
was.
barely understand her. She's like, "Oh, how are you doing?" With her southern accent.
Yeah, but maybe she goes to jail.
Dude,
The
basically
memes
what
would just
we're
be
around.
hilarious though. Like,
why would that be funny?
Hawk Tuah locked up for 5 years. Sorry, guys.
yeah, like
Okay, when you put it that way.
I can see the headline already.
Hawk Tuah pumps and dumps locked for 5 years.
Oh gosh.
Hawk
that's-
Tuah jailed for 5 years for pumping and dumping.
On a happier note, 2 kids were shot.
Oh,
I'm sorry, guys.
Thank-
I'm never coming back.
Thanks for pumping and dumping that combo. I'm kidding.
wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2 kids were shot at a Christian school.
In revenge killings for the Gaza genocide. But okay, you're revenge killing people, and your name is Glenn Litton, the whitest mother effer on the face of the planet, and you care about Gaza so much, so you're gonna kill little kids. You deserve to go rot in jail for the rest of your life. Go screw yourself. You deserve whatever Hawk Tuah is gonna get times 1,000. Like.
Tell us how you,
Thoughts on the death penalty?
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
wow.
I have thoughts.
Okay.
I do have
I have
major
thoughts
thoughts
too.
on
For
this.
this?
I gave a whole speech.
Yeah,
about
I mean,
this.
I feel
For
like this.
this or
Yeah, I
just
mean,
period?
this could seem like it would be warranted, and then period.
Well,
would anything constitute a death
He
penalty
actually
if
did
not
shoot
this?
himself after, so he did self-inflict the death penalty.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it,
still, we could-
basically,
we could talk about the
56-year-old
death
man
penalty, so-
shoots 2 kindergartners at a school in California. To me, that seems like all right, death penalty behavior. I'm curious what you guys think.
Well, they didn't. The kids are alive still.
Yeah, they're just in heavy treatment in hospitals.
Like ICU vibe, but
Okay, but still, the point is that he shot 2 children.
Yeah.
He did nothing wrong, and then
Right.
do we think that the death penalty is valid here or not?
are we talking about in this case or in general?
No, in this case.
In this
Do
case,
I-
and
both.
then do both.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm
So
saying.
Well, if he was alive and they died, it's tough because there's the part of me that wants to say that humans shouldn't play God and that we shouldn't determine life and death over
Yeah,
people
exactly. That's my
unless
point.
there's like
Yep.
a self-defense in like a war or things like that.
Because we believe in God's judgment. at the
Right.
end of the day,
Yeah.
is what-
But it's tough because there's the human like justice part of me that says like if you don't act humane, like you don't deserve to be treated humanely, and like if you commit like such an egregious act, like we talked about this with like the Lake and Riley deal off the pod, but like whether that guy should be given the death penalty, like by like killing somebody who like if you're a grown man hurting like a younger woman or children, like that's something that like an animal does. That's not something that like a human does. And so like there is like the inner part of me that's like, yeah, like make the dude an example kind of deal. So like it's like a moral struggle that I have because obviously I want to like respect life and things like that. But at the same time, like I think that people like that should be made an example of.
So
Let me
yeah, go ahead.
jump in here.
You jump in. You jump in.
So I agree with Alex. I mean, I feel like we can't play God. And so taking someone's life is kind of hard in a human shoes. You know, some people I think should get the death penalty, but for me personally, I think I want to just stay on the line of respect life, even when it comes to abortions. So if I say like, oh, take this person's life because he's a criminal, but then I'm over here saying like, oh, you can't have abortions because I want to respect life. I'm not staying true to my standard of respecting life. So for me personally, I think life in prison is equivalent to the death penalty. You know, but if they're breaking out of jail, that's where my point kind of gets skewed. So like if they break out of jail multiple times, which has happened before, then I'm like, okay, maybe this has to happen. But for instance, like this person right here, if he goes to jail, or if he did go to jail, if he didn't kill himself, if he did go to jail, I'd say he would deserve to spend many of the rest of his lives in jail, because I think I respect life for the aborted and the living. So that's my point. I can't be crossing the line either, and it's a tight line wherever you are, and so I'm just trying to just stay on the line that I respect life, period. So
That's coming pretty close to changing my mind. I feel like, historically, I would have said 100% give this guy the life penalty. What we talked about earlier was a little more like incentive structures to where, all right, how much fear is a criminal going to have just in the back of his mind, if he even feels fear, that, he does something egregiously wrong and he's taken away, like, from the earth. I feel like that would end up in a safer society. Just like, all right, if I'm going to shoot up 2 little kids, there's a thought in my mind, someone's absolutely going to pop me if I do this, and like I will not live. Maybe that incentivizes a little more safety or less
that's a
insane
good
behavior. But your thing is a principled argument, right? A principled argument is the best type of argument. And if you respect life for the unborn, then I feel like you could make an argument that the unborn is the most innocent form of life.
Yeah, like
and
they're
100%.
innocent,
Yeah,
and the other guy is totally guilty.
Yeah, the
absolutely.
other guy's guilty.
That's a good point.
But then you take his argument, which is is we're not the judge, right? God is the judge, and so if we believe that and we stay true and consistent to that thought, then we let this guy live, take his freedom completely away, and then when judgment time comes, then anything that we could have done to him will be 0.10x, right? 0.01x of whatever God has in store for him.
Quadrupled squared.
Yeah, 0.01 to the 14th power x.
Yeah.
1 over.
What about you,
Yeah.
Ant?
So something that I remember.
Let him speak.
Just you're an like, just straight asshole. Like,
Let him speak, but definitely speak up because I can't even hear you through the
All right.
headset.
so, I actually gave a speech on this in.
Oh, you did?
I did give a speech
Where?
on this in college. For the
Actually?
2.5 years that I went
Public speaking class?
public speaking class
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
on what? The death penalty?
on the death penalty.
All right. I'm
Was
all
that-
ears.
Did you have to have you had to come up with the topic and that was your topic? Or is this the
Yeah,
topic
it
for the whole
was-
class?
No, it wasn't the topic for the
So
whole
this is
class.
what you chose?
I chose this.
Oh, nice.
Because, and obviously I was going very much on like the whole God's judgment thing.
So were you trying to convince people for one way or the other, or no? Were you just what
I
was the?
no? The whole point was to convince people that the death penalty, like there should not be a death penalty.
Okay, so that was your topic, convincing
That
people
was
that should.
exactly.
Okay, all right.
Convince
let's
us.
hear- Yeah. Tell us what you told all the students.
First thing, death penalty on average actually costs more than life in prison.
Really?
That is a straight fact.
How?
I don't know
All the
whether
medical
it's,
stuff that they
whether
give
it's all
them?
the medical stuff, whether it's having to all. I believe the tax dollars actually do also pay for like a funeral afterwards.
Oh,
Bro,
those are-
and my last meal would be bank caviar steak.
I don't know. If it's all the medical stuff, we should just go back to hanging.
Yeah. So I don't know the exact reasons why, but
Okay.
that right there is just your
More
tax,
expensive.
More expensive. Your tax dollars going. I would
Then a
now.
whole-
I feel like the punishment of sitting life in prison is so much more worth
That's-
than you dying.
No, also I feel like sorry, I'm gonna just jump in real
You're
quick.
just gonna hop in on this
Yeah,
one
hop in real
yeah.
quick. But I also think like, for me personally, getting the death penalty is low key the easy way out. Spending your whole life in jail, that's miserable. That is miserable, But getting the death penalty, especially if you're someone psycho and you can't be in a prison cell and you're like psychotic, and it would be horrible for you, So if I was psycho and I was going crazy and they presented me with the death penalty, I'd be like, bet that's an easy way out from it, So again, I agree with it. It's more money.
Hey, yo hablo un poquito.
Okay,
de
we're
español,
back.
Pero
Yeah.
no mucho.
Un poquito.
Sí, solamente un poquito.
Slight technical difficulty.
Sí, sí. Yo viví en Chile 2 años. Pero yo hablo más portugués.
Does your-
Porque yo nací en Brasil.
Your mom doesn't.
Is this
speak-
Portuguese?
No,
This is
Oh my
it's Spanish, bro.
es español.
Oh.
Hola,
Wait,
Nacho.
why are we? Oh.
We're going.
All right, sorry, we had some.
We're
slight
back. Yeah.
technical.
Oh, we were
difficulty
filming?
Yeah.
Oh.
there. We'll leave that in the podcast because you just sounded so good.
That one's staying there.
I won't speak anymore.
All right, we're okay, and yeah, about
We were
keep
on
going.
death penalty.
Oh, yeah, it was reason number one why we shouldn't have the death penalty.
Tax dollars.
Is tax dollars. It's more expensive to kill someone than to keep them in jail for life.
Yeah.
Number two.
I don't know if I can give you the whole like number 2, 3, 4, 5 type of thing.
Just
but,
do.
Top three.
No. Well, I was just gonna say, basically from there though, I was siding with what Alex and GT were saying. Is you have, like, well, actually not with necessarily what you're saying, because you're saying you have this inside that like says, well, maybe he should deserve the death penalty. What I was going on with JT is where it's just God's justice, right? If you're Christian, do you believe that every life, like Jesus would have come on earth and sacrificed himself just for that person, that one person, right? Looking at it from that standpoint, then why are you agreeing with the death penalty?
Yeah,
If-
that's a good point.
Yeah.
So
There's also a, and I'm just gonna tack on to that. And there's also in the Bible, there's a parable where Jesus, like, this girl's about to get stoned, and Jesus comes in and he's like, you can throw the first stone if you're sinless. Like, throw the first stone if you have not sinned. And everybody drops the stone.
It's
So-
actually cool. There's it says like, then he said, let the person without blame cast the first stone.
Yeah.
Then he bends down and starts writing
In the sand, yeah.
And like, scholars have said it's pretty badass. Like, he started listing out everybody's sins that were like standing there.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
That's
So,
sick.
Which is pretty sick.
Can we
But-
get a screenshot of that? I want
that'd
to see
be
what they were
sick.
doing back
But-
in the day.
let me compare my
Probably
sins.
same stuff, probably.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's tough because
do they come to like
Yeah,
God?
but if there's like
do they all of a sudden they find Jesus?
if you're definitely like you've killed 40 people, like if you're a serial killer, yeah, then I mean, I don't know. It's fishy, you know. It's a hard topic to find the line
it's
to.
because like the human part of me that is like eye for an eye is like wants to say like, oh, God can have mercy on them if they're dead.
Yeah.
Like, but they're better off not on Earth. Kind of deal.
This is great. I've completely changed my mind. I'm no longer in support of the death penalty.
really.
Really?
Well, yeah, I mean,
I waver.
One, I think it's the principled argument. Like, if you support life when it's unborn, though innocent, then you have to support life, after innocence. And then two is we're not the ones who provide judgment, and God is. And then if we genuinely want justice to happen, then let's not do that prematurely.
Yeah.
Let's wait and let the Creator take care of that Himself.
And
Yeah,
the tax
exactly.
dollars.
Yeah, and then the third really important reason is the tax dollars. My roads have potholes.
Exactly.
What about those NIL deals though? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, tax dollars aren't funding my NIL deals, unfortunately.
Yeah, I guess speaking of NIL deals, do we want to hit on a little bit of the college football that happened?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Michael, you want to pull up the updated college football playoff bracket?
So okay, I'll say this real quick.
Yeah.
I went to the SEC championship game,
Yeah.
and I figured so I'm at home and in Athens, and I'm like, all right, how do I go to the game? Every Georgia fan who has a ticket is either going to be there or selling it for an absurd amount of money. So I think people from Austin aren't going to go. So then I hit up my friend from Texas. Like, yo, what up, bro? Like, you have anyone who's selling? He goes, yeah, dude, $75 student section in Texas.
No way.
I'm like, I'll do that. So then I'm sitting, Texas student section. My first year at Georgia, we won the SEC championship with the tennis team. So I'm decked out, SEC champ merch. I got my ring on. I'm going horns down. Dude, I go up to a kid. I'm like, yo, get yourself one of these. I'm pointing at my bling. And the dad comes up to me and he's like, dude, he's 9. And I'm like, welcome to the SEC, buddy.
It just means more.
It just means more. So yeah, I'm trolling up and down the Texas section. Eventually I sneak into the Georgia section. Oh, it was the best atmosphere I've ever been to at a Georgia football game.
Really?
Everyone's going nuts. I'm next to the band. The loudest moment, I think it was fourth down. It was 16-13 us.
The fake punt. That was the loudest?
The fake punt was sick, but it was when Texas had a fourth down. If they didn't convert, we would have won.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that, bro? Like the genuine noise. That was the loudest I've ever been in a stadium.
Was the roof closed or open?
Roof was closed.
It was?
Yeah. Roof was closed. It was so baller. Holy cow. It was so unreal. And then the fourth quarter, bro, Mercedes-Benz, the Sanford Stadium tradition, you light your flashlight up and then everyone, oh, that was unbelievable to see. Texas.
Shut off the lights for that?
No, everyone just lit up their flashlight.
But
No, I know, but I was saying.
Did the
did
stadium-
Benz
No, I
turn
think
the
that had to
lights
be a
off?
neutral site.
Yeah,
it had to be a neutral site.
Yeah,
I was
no,
about
they
to say,
didn't
if they
shut
did that. That was not a neutral site at all.
No, yeah. No,
But all the Georgia fans still did it?
dude, all the traditions were still in place.
That's sick.
like when they were about to kick the ball, they're
Oh, dog, sick of
ooh.
ooh. Oh,
And then
that's
the
awesome.
Texas fans were just like begging, absolutely no chance overtime.
So gay.
What's so good?
Sick of.
What are you a fan of?
Yeah. I'm
The
a gay-
Gators?
I'm
The
Gators.
Gators?
Let me
Hey.
let's
Yeah.
wait, guys.
We're
For
on
viewers
the-
who
hey,
don't know,
hey,
this is their thing that they do.
Yeah. Gator chomp. Yeah.
No,
DJ Lagway will win the Heisman in the next 2 years.
I'd love if Mr. Gator could talk about the Gators being in the college football playoff. Who are you guys playing first round? I can't
Or wait.
necessarily see today.
JT.
I cited
Or
some
wait,
real
or
bad
wait, or wait.
Gators.
The Gators.
I was gonna say, who's coming down?
You
the
can't
track?
really say anything. No
Oh,
one
yeah.
can hear you when you talk so soft.
No, I can hear you. I can hear you. Who's
So-
that coming down the track?
Maybe if you didn't live in a complete Tebow era, then you would have.
Yeah.
actually
Tim
seen
Tebow's the GOAT of college football.
Oh, sure.
Ever.
But he played for the Gators.
Yeah.
Let's go, Dogs. Number 2 seed in the
Yeah.
college football playoffs.
So yeah, we're looking at the playoff bracket now. I guess we can start at the top. Ohio State, Tennessee. I mean, I think that's just like
Start with the
SEC,
first four.
SEC clamp.
Start with-
Well, no. I mean, we're just talking about the
Well, that's
bracket.
what I just-
The bracket,
I was
yeah.
saying
Hold,
you have
hold,
to,
hold
like,
on. What did you say
explain the
about Ohio
bracket.
State, Tennessee?
Who's in every?
He's saying SEC.
What I'm
Well,
saying
I'm
is
just
you
gonna
can't
take
just.
it,
You're looking at the bracket. I'm saying
We're gonna have the
Who's
bracket on the
number one?
screen.
No, let's keep going. Keep going.
What?
Keep going with the
Yeah,
brackets.
we'll have the bracket on there.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm just saying.
Yeah,
It's like, get
yeah. We
seed.
have the 8 versus 9 on top.
Okay.
First game, Ohio State, Tennessee.
All I'm asking.
Thanks, Anthony.
You're welcome. I hate you.
I see. I'm feeling some heat from over here.
Dude.
Let's take a chill.
Yeah, you want to take over?
Yeah,
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. So, like Alex was saying, we got Ohio State at 8 and what? What?
Keep going. Keep
Okay,
going.
Ohio State at 8 and Tennessee at 9. They're going head to head, and what Alex was saying, he thinks that SEC is going to take it, and I probably would agree. I'd like to see a good game though, nonetheless.
I will disagree. Ohio State's winning that.
You think Ohio State's going to win it?
They want a rematch with Oregon really badly.
Yeah. Whoever wins that, playing number 1 Oregon, I think Ohio State's. Well, one, they've been looking good this year. They've been making good strides.
Dude, they don't play anybody.
They got donkeyed by a 6
Well,
and
yeah,
6
sure. They
Michigan
don't play
team.
anybody, but like
They-
I
they-
haven't seen an incredibly strong
They
Tennessee
missed the
this year
easy field goal.
against us.
Tennis
Let's
against
go,
you.
let's go, dogs. Yeah, no, they're prone to missing easy field goals, and so is Texas against Georgia. Keep going.
Speaking of Texas, moving down, Texas to 5, Clemson to 12. Clemson squeaked in by winning the ACC championship.
It's not Alabama.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like for real.
hmm I
Another
mean,
playoff.
yeah, Alabama in the playoff would have been kind of disgusting. I think they would have.
They
been
probably would
threat.
have done some work
Yeah,
They would've.
I think
Yeah.
Texas wins by 50.
against Clemson for sure.
Yeah.
For
Or
sure.
do they just fall apart?
No, they'll win, and then they'll clap
Sarkisian's all
Indiana
upset.
because they're the
They're not
Game-
playing.
the
They just
winner-
got to play Arch Manning.
they're
They would have
playing-
beat you guys if they had
they're
Arch in the
playing
whole
Arizona
game.
State.
Arizona State. So
yeah.
I'm actually going to that game. So the Arizona State game is going to be here. It's Peach Bowl, Mercedes-Benz. I'm going with some of my second grade friends. I live in Arizona, like elementary school, and they're going to come up and they're going to
Oh,
stay
I
with
thought
me.
you were saying you're going with second graders.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
dude.
going.
Put them
I'm
on a
go-
watch
I
list.
have
Put them on a watch
I have
list.
some friends who are in second grade. I'm going with them.
No.
Breaking news:
friends-
Filipe Costa's on the Diddy list.
No, but we're
Tennis
going to the
career's
Peach
over,
Bowl.
and
man.
I
Yeah.
deal's
No,
gone.
they're old, man. I promise.
You've
I'm
had
22.
friends since they're friends since second grade.
Yeah, since
Gotcha.
second grade, and now they're in third. So. Moving down the list, Boise State.
That was
with
a good one.
Heisman
That was good.
Oh my gosh!
boy, I
Yes,
think
we have-
potential. Yo, Genti's winning the Heisman, huh?
Dude, he's got to win.
I like Travis Hunter. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, we talked
No,
about this last time. though. We
Genty
did talk about
deserves the
this.
Heisman.
Yeah, yeah.
Going into third
Yeah.
grade.
Go listen to one of the previous episodes. It's either one or
Bring
two.
it back.
But SMU playing Penn State. I'm loving the Penn State traditions, always have. But SMU's kind of got nice colors,
Yeah,
so I'm gonna take them.
yeah. I think SMU is the upset too. I think Penn State's fraudulent. They don't have any offense.
I think Boise State's gonna lose to whoever wins that game.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, Boise State.
That wouldn't surprise me at
Cheeks,
all.
man.
they didn't play anybody. All
They have
year.
a-
They
have a
have
running
they
back
have
and
no
that's
They
That's
only
Genty
played
Genty for
Oregon.
Heisman.
They
They're
only
what?
played
They're running
Oregon.
back?
Yeah, but like
Is it
they
who-
can
Genty
just
for
game plan.
Heisman,
They
just
game
be
plan
easy
8
to
guys
take
in the
it.
box the whole game. Just let them throw the ball.
How's their
And see
He
how-
defense?
runs through them though. He's
No.
a unit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but dude, they just
I'm
play
liking
a
Boise.
nobody. I mean, I could look good on that field.
Yeah.
That is just fake. That's
Wow.
just,
Dude, and look at me.
really
I'm a
lies.
beanpole. I could easily look good out there.
You would look good anywhere.
Thanks, man. Can we have you on every podcast?
Maybe. But
All right.
JT's
no,
over
Let's
there
go
learning what
SMU.
Hawk
I'm all
Tuah
for
is.
SMU against Penn State.
as SMU is looking nice. And then the match that everyone's been waiting for, Notre Dame, and I don't even know what that school is.
Indiana. Yeah. Battle of Indiana.
It's
Tom
Indiana
went
and
into
Indiana.
Yeah,
all right?
the Tom Bosch
Yes,
is
come
a
on.
graduate from Bloomington.
No, he did not actually graduate from
Oh, he didn't
Bloomington.
graduate from-
Colorado Springs.
Oh,
Yeah, so
you
it's
went
the
to-
Battle of Indiana. This is a big
Colorado
game. I'm
yeah,
excited for this
no,
one,
I'm
actually.
sorry.
I'm taking
Yeah,
Notre
I can
Dame to
join it.
play the Dogs,
Yeah.
baby.
For sure, for sure.
And who do you guys think is taking the 2025 national championship?
Georgia.
I think it's going to be a game against the Dogs in Oregon. Honestly, that's where I think it's going to
But
go.
Georgia's taking it.
I
You think
think.
Georgia beats Oregon?
I don't know.
Oh, I
Oregon's
think-
a tough team. Their defense is crap. After watching them against Penn State, horrible, horrible. offense is super explosive. And
Yeah, offense
very
is good,
fast,
and our defense is horrible this
but
year.
Dan Lanning is not going to be.
Our defense is horrible, and our offense, our cornerbacks can't catch a damn
Who,
ball.
not
what you're
gonna
saying?
be- he's-
Our
It's
The
like
dog.
it's like
I'm gonna use
Kirby
that.
when playing against Saban. You're looking at that again. He's not going to beat.
I think we're getting an SEC championship rematch.
You think that's?
ooh, Texas
Yeah.
goes through and beats
You
Oregon.
Yeah.
You think Texas goes through?
I think Texas win. Yeah, I mean they play Clemson. Their first 2 games are cupcakes. Like I
You think
like
they beat Oregon?
I
though?
like ASU. I like Scatterbo. I think he's a good running back, but I think Texas is just like, I mean, they got 5 stars all over the field. They're dogs. And yeah, I think it'll be a shootout with Oregon. But I think that like Oregon's average offensive line size is like 20 to 25 pounds less than the SEC average.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
Texas's line is massive. Like I think just like
Yeah, but
The
they
line of
also
scrimmage,
they
I
also
think
all
Texas
they
is
do
just
is
gonna-
hold, bro. They had
Yeah,
80,
I mean-
90 yards and penalties against us.
yeah, I think that'll have to get cleaned up.
80
But
yards by the first half.
yeah, I
Oh,
think
really? Okay,
Texas-
I figured it was more.
They had more penalty yards than we did offensive yards.
In the first
that's
half.
crazy.
What Dom said
Wow.
is they had
Yeah.
more penalty yards than we had offensive yards.
So you guys didn't win the game.
Go
They
Dogs.
lost the game.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you can say that, but
Yeah.
that's ring season for us. I'm low-key liking Arizona State just because I went there for a year. I transferred out. I'm a dog fan for life now. My dog's name is Georgia. But if I could see an Arizona State,
Wait,
Georgia.
you named your dog Georgia?
Yeah, my dog's name's Georgia.
Give me your man card. That's so dumb, bro.
No, bro. Why is that dumb?
I'm born and raised in Georgia.
Friendly
I'm a
fire
Dogs
is crazy.
fan, but Georgia is just not a name.
It's a sick name. Well, I actually didn't get it because of the school either. I got it because
A girl dog Georgia would be sick.
yeah,
dude.
girl
What-
dog
yeah, that's what I'm
Georgia,
saying.
girl, bro. She's like a
the
12
like the
pound
Steven Sanchez
mini
named Georgia.
schnauzer. She just like sits on her stomach or
Oh, and
like
you
lays
got-
back and,
and
like
you
wants
got-
belly rubs.
And you got a wimpy dog.
She's not a wimpy dog. She's just
Like
A wimp.
Why can't you like get it like a greyhound or like something beast?
Nah,
Greyhound is a very interesting choice. Why a greyhound?
That's just a beast of a dog.
it's also the best bus
I mean,
line.
a Great Dane.
Gre-
A Great Dane's massive.
Being
Yeah.
the best bus
Yeah,
line is
that
like
too.
being the world's tallest midget. You're just losing any way you slice it.
That's high level. That's
Oh goodness. Yeah. So dogs against Oregon. That's what I'm thinking. But I could be down to see dogs against Texas again.
I really want to see Georgia play Boise State.
Yeah, I want to
It
see
just
that.
crush them.
Just
It wouldn't be close.
Just be
Ass
like
kicking
one of the
up
best
and down the
defensive
field.
lines in the country against a running back. Is what you're
Literally.
Both teams are just run the damn ball.
All right.
Bobo, you throw a screen on 2nd and 14.
Oh my gosh, he sucks.
That's what you do.
He's
A wide
fired.
receiver screen on 2nd and 14.
Or
Draw,
running up
draw,
the middle on
screen.
3rd
Run,
and 18.
3rd and 18. Halfback draw. Halfback draw.
Run up the middle. Run up the
Well,
middle.
when you have receivers that can't catch,
That's
Yeah.
also very true.
Yeah, our
When you have receivers that can't catch,
All
here we go,
Georgia
Arian.
fans here just shitting on Georgia. Alex gets to laugh, but he's not in
I
the
do
playoffs,
laugh.
so
Well, hey, next
But now
year-
the GOAT Gunner is in, bro.
I know.
Carson's out.
Dude.
The GOAT is in. Dude, I've been
He
He
waiting.
got
wait, what exactly
folded
happened
like
to
a
Carson? Did we
lawn
hear-
chair, bro.
But he stood up like
he
a
got
beast.
freaking abused.
dude, his
Oh my
elbow
gosh.
and his shoulder just like in watching that hit.
No,
I
no.
was
Are
like-
you talking about
I'm
Gunner?
talking about Gunner on the
Gun-
goal
Oh, no,
line.
Gunner got folded.
Yeah,
I
when
was
his
talking
head
about
came off.
Carson. Like, yeah, no. When his head came up, I know. Boy pops up and he's just like, "Yep, nope, definitely did not get concussed right there. Like, I'm good."
that
Like,
was-
Yeah, why didn't anybody like check on him? We're all like, "Is Carson okay? Is Carson okay?" And we're like, meanwhile, Gunner's like,
Also, stupid play by Texas to not like crowd the box on the like last
Oh,
play.
yeah,
for sure.
They knew that like he couldn't throw the ball. Like, why are you like? I saw a linebacker take a step backwards, like he was driving back in the pass. It was stupid.
"Yeah."
I will say I know why Beck has been starting though, because Gunner is really struggling with those deep balls. He's thrown them like into the stands.
Put in Rashada, bro.
Well, he
Kid's got a
should have thrown
cannon.
it into the stands, but he threw it straight into Texas's
Yeah,
hands.
that was
Well,
a
that's
crazy.
also
That was such a bad
happened, too.
pick.
That was a bad play by Mike Bobo. You don't throw it the whole time, and then you give him on 3rd and 18 when it's a big play. You know,
Also
you
true.
haven't let him thrown the whole, like basically the whole time. You're doing these QB sneaks, these planned
Because
QB
that boy
runs.
can run.
Yeah, but then when it's a big play, you make him throw on a big intense play when the crowd is going crazy. Like that's a great idea. Make an untrained quarterback who hasn't been in an SEC championship in his life throw on 3rd and 18 when it's going crazy. Like, yeah, right. Nobody can do that. Carson Beck could barely do that.
That's a championship for the dogs.
Yeah. All right.
All
Let's
I know is
get back to the
LA threw
topics.
Horns down again earlier that day.
That's
I knew it was game over. I knew the dogs.
Mike, you want to
winning.
go back to the topic sheet?
I think we're like done on the sheet.
Oh, is there no more?
Yeah,
No more topics?
There are a couple.
No,
more
dude,
things.
the most
yeah.
important topic of the night.
Yeah, we talked about that one.
Brett
yeah.
Cooper leaving the Daily Wire. Have you guys ever
Crazy.
commented on a Brett Cooper Instagram post, one of those sad gifs?
No.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
I don't know.
I
Oh, you're on
was
social media.
before
Tell
she
me.
got engaged. When she got engaged, I was
Wait,
the
wait,
guy
wait.
that like posted like
Wait,
the,
tell me.
So Brett
the
Cooper.
Spider-Man crying.
Yes, the Spider-Man crying. So worked for the Daily Wire, attractive young lady. Basically,
gorgeous.
No, I know who she is.
yeah,
But what
good
is this-
morals and values, which basically means all these normal conservative men are in love with her, and then she gets married, engaged, then married recently. So if you go to any Brett Cooper Instagram post and you go to the comments, it's just a bunch of gifs. It's like sad, crying,
Especially
raining
like when she
outside.
has like her husband in it. It's
Yeah,
like
it's like
it's like
200
the
comments
picture
straight.
of Spider-Man like in the rain.
Oh, when he's crying?
Yeah. It's like,
It's like Charlie Brown laying in the
Yeah.
doghouse, just
Yeah.
soaking up the rain.
um,
The guy from the God of War just getting shot in the back with
Yeah.
the arrows. That one's so funny. Just impending doom.
yeah, it's tough. Yeah, so a bunch of people are speculating that it has to do with her sticking up for Candace Owens, who left the Daily Wire in March after.
So is Ben Shapiro just
Whole-
like against women?
I think he's just against people who like Candace Owens because Candace Owens is flirting with anti-Semitism at times. Ben Shapiro is one of the most prominent Jews out there, so
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, it's definitely tough. I guess her like best friend and like producer is taking over the show, which is like a little from my sisters who are like in the lore of this whole thing. This it's like a little stab in the back action going on.
Really?
But she's leaving. She's gonna do her own thing, and
She's not going to join Candace Owens?
well, Candace just posts on her own YouTube. She doesn't have like a like
Dude, why don't they just
yeah,
join
they should just team up.
and start their own?
Yeah.
That would
Wait,
go
is it
huge.
confirmed that it's because of Candace that she's leaving?
No, it's not confirmed. And she's like, I think it's probably part of like the agreement is that she leaves like amicably and stuff like that. Not like,
Yeah.
Saying why?
yeah.
Dude, my sister sent me a Christmas list. So my sister, and one, I think Brett Cooper's great and she's doing incredible things specifically for young girls.
Wow,
So
100%.
yeah. My sister is senior in high school now, about to headed into Georgia. And one of the things that makes her kind of in touch with politics and at least like inclined to join the conservative realm is Brett Cooper, because in our mind, I mean, we have Ben and Charlie and Steven Crowder back in the day. I mean
Steven Crowder.
back in the day. But from a girl's perspective, I mean, Brett is really all that you have. And then she sent me your Christmas list. It was she wanted like a phone case by Brett Cooper. I'm like, all right, I'll get you that. That works.
Yeah, she low-key does have some fire merch. Like I almost bought a T-shirt. It was,
You're kidding me.
no, it was fire.
That's
That was
hilarious,
back
bro.
before she got engaged.
Free engagement.
You were one of those guys.
Back when
commenting
she was the
Snoop
love of my
Dogg, or
life,
Snoop
yeah.
Dogg, commenting Snoopy.
Spider-Man, yeah.
Or Charlie Brown, not Snoopy.
Yeah,
Charlie Brett.
yeah.
So funny.
But yeah, she's gone. Hopefully, the next chapter works out. But
I think she should just join with Candace Owens. That'd be huge.
It would be.
other news,
Brett Cooper, if you're listening, join with Candace Owens. You're welcome. Give me the idea.
and then if you create a platform, put us on it.
yeah,
For real.
yeah. I gave you the idea, so you have to give JT credit.
Other news, Trump was in France for the reopening of the Notre Dame resident architect.
Gorgeous,
Yeah.
gorgeous. Yeah, I actually met one of the project managers. He came by. A
For the
firm.
restoration.
Huh? Yeah,
Oh.
he's a project manager on the. Huh? He's a project manager. So he did part of the steeple. The part that burned down, like the big copper steeple, not copper, metal steeple in the back of it. That had took the most damage, and I actually got to meet him. Had a glass of wine. Super cool guy. He's not. He works for a firm who's doing the restoration, and they do all this handmade metal stuff. So that's why he's working. It's in France, and it's a firm in France, and so he sells a lot of the office or the firm stuff in America too. So he came by and got to meet him. Super cool guy. Very hard to understand, but super cool guy. Very thick French accent. Yeah.
So this is I've kind of noticed, but I'd be curious if you guys have noticed as well. I've kind of felt like there's like a Christian revival relatively recently. One specifically, it could be just an Athens, Georgia thing. It could be just, kind of in the South and whatnot. But I think one of the things that had the Trump presidency or the Trump campaign have such an incredible election cycle this year is people aren't afraid to, one, be Republican anymore, and two, be Christian anymore. So then now you get a lot of, especially college kids, posting either Bible verses, just Christian things that historically maybe you would have kept secret or you wouldn't have told anyone you're a Republican. But now it seems like Christianity has just become more prevalent and prominent, and it's like there's less fear behind it. Is that something else you felt?
No, absolutely. Over social media, even though I haven't had it in a while, I definitely had seen a growth in it for sure. Definitely what you said about like all the Bible verses, people posting them on their stories and stuff like that. And I think people are being, I don't know if it's growing more or people are just being more open about it.
Less hiding.
I don't know, but I do agree.
Growth has definitely gone up.
I would think so.
I know
too.
that just in like the Catholic Church, like growth, the increase of people like coming into the church is exponential. It's actually in Christianity as a whole. So Bible sales are for the first time they've increased in like statistically in years.
Well, it's because people know that you can keep money in them. It's a great hiding spot for money.
But like it's the first time in the 2000s that people buying Bibles has actually gone up. For the past like 20 plus years, it's been on a decline.
Each year. And then 2024 was the first year where it increased from 23.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. I mean, that's kind of what I see on a day to day, and I don't know if like I'm living in a bubble, but I mean that would make perfect sense.
Yeah. No,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, like I told you, like you see, even like the Trump campaign's Instagram was posting like images of Jesus or images of like Virgin Mary and things like that, and they're like I obviously haven't been around for like a ton of presidential elections, but I feel like it's a pretty unprecedented thing to do, is to like lean into that. Like they leaned into JD being like a Christian very hard. And
well, do you think it's partly like because with the Christian vote definitely went for Trump because Kamala did not go to the Al Gore dinner? Is that what?
Oh yeah, it was like the Catholic dinner or something.
Yeah.
The Catholic Charities benefit dinner or something like that.
And dude, it was something where he gave like he gave a speech with a bunch of jokes.
Yeah, he roasted her.
Yeah, he roasted her, dude. It was actually really good. It was good. And he was there was one joke in it where it was like, typically like you have some like self-deprecating humor, but I couldn't think of any. One of the things he said, or it was something like that.
Yeah, he's a beast.
No, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm happy to see this, and lately I've been realizing, like, I think people forget that how founded this nation is under God. Like even we're one nation under God. We the people under God. And if you drive in other states and you go to see license plates, almost all states have their license plates say "In God We Trust" underneath it. I think that's big of Georgia. Maybe most of the South, but even like when I was in Kansas at school, all the license plates said "In God We Trust," and in Missouri, "In God We Trust," And so I think it's about time, honestly, that people are remembering like what our nation's foundation is God. Like, in God we trust. It's on your damn license plate. Don't forget it, man.
It's on your dollar.
Yeah, it's on your dollar, exactly. It's on everything, and I'm actually really happy that people are starting to just be more open about it. So,
yeah, it's definitely like a big revival, and I think it's like super evident. Especially within young people. Like,
yeah, definitely. Our generation is definitely
a lot more shameless when it comes to outward expressions of faith and things like that.
Shameless is a good word.
Yeah. But yeah, speaking of Trump and just kind of like the impact that he's having right now, I think that he is really becoming like the face of like the free world even before he's become president again.
Yeah, we talked about this on the
like Biden is like doing nothing. And Trump is like all over the world now, meeting with world leaders, kind of like asserting just insane dominance everywhere.
With like the whole Syria thing that's taking place right now, like Trump has openly said that like he doesn't think the U.S. should be involved in it at all right now. and that this would never. Well, obviously, of course, he's going to say this, but like this would never take place if he was president at the moment. But I think that's the best. Would be the best way to approach it right now is not getting involved in it. Where Biden, on the other hand, it's kind of going against your point. Like, but Biden, this is one of the first times he's, instead of being on a beach right now, he's getting involved in the Syria, like this whole
I think he's
issue
trying
that's
to.
getting in Syria.
I think he's trying to dive everything into the grave before Trump gets into office.
Yeah.
He's trying to get maybe a little revenge because he didn't. When he got into office, COVID started, so he's like, I had it hard, so I'm gonna give it to Trump hard. You know, maybe that's what he'd be
Yeah.
trying to do. I guess I don't know.
Well, we can talk about this, but like that's a whole other thing with like the whole bird flu thing. There's this whole thought process that they've been kind of slowly building up the bird flu for another pandemic to then put on Trump right as he enters office.
What is this a California thing? Probably. No, I'm kidding.
The bird flu, like it
No, that
actually-
was a joke. I know it.
But
yeah.
what I'm saying is because the only individual in the United States that's gotten it was from supposedly drinking raw milk, and obviously with the whole thing with the like nutrition's become this big point for a lot of Republicans now and getting away from pharmaceuticals and all that. So are they saying that it came from drinking raw milk and then this guy, because he was following the new nutrition plan and we don't agree with that, so don't drink raw milk. And then
It's probably just
he
a
gets the
gross
bird
ass
flu.
cow, I'm gonna be honest.
he gets the bird flu,
It
and
probably
then
had
now
nothing to
he's
do
going to
with it.
die because supposedly it kills 1 in 4 people. And then this all happens, and then all of a sudden there's an outbreak right as Trump gets in office.
Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows? But it's a lot of people I think believe that they're trying to tank everything before Trump gets in, so that he is a horrible president. So
Probably. I mean, California's already trying to do that. They're like setting up barriers. I mean, we talked about last podcast how many barriers they're trying to set up. I mean, what was the budget that they put on?
I mean, the states have
$25
the right,
million
though, at the end of the day, because that's what this country's about. The federal government really should be small, and the states are the ones who have the rights to do what they choose and please.
Yeah, the people.
And I mean, that's the whole reason why Trump, in the first place, removed Roe v. Wade. He wanted to bring it back to the states.
Yeah.
Versus having the federal government say this, because at the end of the day, overall, the federal government is way too large.
Yeah. All right. I think that was a solid.
Oh, we want to hit the podium real quick?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I got mine.
Yeah. So, closing up with the podium for this week, we talked about on the last podcast how I personally thought Gladiator 2 wasn't the greatest deal in the world. But yeah, then we decided to do a podium of best sequel movies of all time. So, Filipe, want to kick us off? So
Number
you
one.
give them bronze. You go in order bronze, silver, gold.
Third.
Bottom down.
Yeah, bottom up.
Bottom up.
Bottom up.
Bronze, silver, gold.
Okay. I'm gonna do this not out of personal preference, but what I think greatness constitutes. I'm gonna put number 3, the second Star Wars. I don't even know which one it was.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, that one.
Oh yeah, that one's
But I feel like if Star Wars wasn't on the list, I would get a hate crimed. Number 2, I'm gonna put the second Harry Potter.
Gross.
Why? Explain.
I love the Harry Potter books. I just don't like the movies.
That's a break and a half.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, have you been
Keep going.
Have you been to Universal
I have.
Studios?
The Harry Potter world was gas.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah. it's
Imagine if
actually
there was no movie, there'd be no Harry Potter world.
sit down.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna just keep quiet.
Number 1 best second sequel is the second Godfather.
I'm gonna be honest. I've never seen any of the Godfathers.
Dude.
Wow.
There's no way.
Yeah,
Dude.
Dom hasn't either.
Oh my god.
Godfather's good.
I'm a big fan of the first Godfather. To me, is like the most perfect piece of cinema I've ever watched. Now, a lot of people think that the second Godfather is even better than the first one. It's a little more. It's a little
hard
more,
to beat the first always.
Yeah,
First is
yeah.
so
In my mind, dude, I remember. Oh my gosh, I'm with my family, and I'd seen this movie on rankings and whatnot. Is that this is the best movie ever? I'm like, oh fam, let's watch this. And it was one of those where I didn't expect anything, and I watched the whole movie, and I remember the TV turning off. I go, that's my new favorite movie. It was that feeling of like
The first or the second?
It was the first one,
yeah.
and it was like that bittersweet feeling of, wow, I don't remember the last time I felt that, and what's gonna top that?
Yeah.
And until this day, like I haven't found a movie that I've finished and I was like, that's my favorite movie. And I
Yeah.
remember that feeling so vividly. But then a lot of people think that the second one is even better than the first one. A little more backstory. It's got some jumping through time and everything. You get like really deep into the characters. So yeah, that one. The first two, Star Wars and Harry Potter, they're more, please the crowd. But genuinely, second Godfather is gold standard S tier.
I agree with that. Do you want to do comments or?
Yeah, one sentence.
Yeah. No, that's a solid one. I like it. That's it.
Yeah, a little bit of pandering at first, but yeah, you close it out with the Godfather.
No to Star Wars.
Talk louder. Can't
All right,
hear
No
you.
to Star Wars.
Okay, I'll go then because you guys are
Not a
gonna
big
hate this.
Star
All
Wars.
right, bronze. You have to respect the Dark Knight. You can't forget about it.
That's
Dark
high
Knight.
level.
It's just. We grew up watching that movie. You watch it again, and it's just like, oh, that was gas. It's a great movie. So can't forget about the Dark Knight. Second, Empire Strikes Back. Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I grew up with Star Wars. I'm obsessed with Star Wars. Can't forget about Star Wars. Empire Strikes Back is gas. My gold, not silver. My gold is the Two Towers. Lord of the Rings. The Two Towers. C.S. Lewis or J.R. Tolkien is absolutely a beast. He's the best writer ever, besides C.S. Lewis, also a great writer. J.R. Tolkien is great, and you can never forget about the Lord of the Rings. They are the best movies ever.
I'm not a big Lord of the Rings fan at all. Haven't read the books. Haven't seen the movies.
Oh, don't. We're no longer friends.
Yeah.
I like the Lord of the Rings pick.
Thank you.
They're
Thank you.
the movie. I've not ever read the books, but the movies are pretty damn solid. So
Yeah, I can get behind that. I just don't know why you didn't say Inside Out too.
I know. Come on, dude.
What?
For mine.
I don't know, bro. I just expect you to like that movie.
It's all about puberty. I hate puberty.
You didn't like it?
Gigi's always.
Are you
just
not
like
enjoying
horny
it?
and-
No, dude, the anxiety girl really stressed me out. I hate it. Like she actually was causing me anxiety. Like I was like, just shut up.
I know. Yeah, I mean the movie's relatable to some people.
Maybe to you, JT.
All right. The silence was very loud there.
Okay. Bronze. I'm gonna go. Cheaper by the Dozen 2. I think that movie's hysterical.
Oh, sorry, what did you say?
Cheaper by the Dozen 2.
I've never heard of it.
Have you heard of Cheaper by the Dozen
No.
in general? Oh my gosh, it's like what's that guy's name? Steve. Shoot, he's Pink Panther. Anyway, it's that guy. He's
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin.
Thank you,
Yeah,
yeah, Steve
him and his
Martin.
wife. They have 12 kids, and it's like this. He's like a football coach at a college. It's like their life or whatever. And in the second one, it's like their summer vacation, and the kids like pull pranks, and it's like hysterical, and they beef with this other family and stuff.
This like rich family
Yeah.
who does everything right.
Yeah, and they're
And,
like,
like,
the misfits.
Yeah, and the Cheap by the Dozen families, like they're just crazy.
So
they
it's
do
like
everything.
an insane comedy. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
oh, yeah.
But it's
Oh,
like
that-
like
alright.
it's like funny as like a 25-year-old, and it's funny as like an 8-year-old. Like, it's
Okay, yeah,
good
I'll
all
watch.
around.
If
Yeah.
like family, I'll watch it with
Yeah.
the family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
put that on the list for
100%.
sure.
Silver, I'm gonna go with Top Gun 2. I thought Top Gun 2 was pretty heat.
High level.
Yeah, Top Gun 2 was heat.
I thought about that one.
It was
Changing mind.
like Top Gun 1 was insane, and then I don't think it topped it, but I think it lived up to like what the second movie should have been.
I watched it 3 times
Yeah.
in theaters.
I went
so-
to I went to theaters twice.
I was just
It was
watching
so
clips
cool.
of it the other
And
day.
I
Yeah.
probably watched it like twice,
Yeah.
like just out of
The scene
Miles
where
Teller's
this
so sick.
oh yeah, the scene where who were they even fighting that with the enemy jet like spins
It's
in
supposed to be Russia, I think, but
Is
they
it
don't
Russia?
list who it
okay,
actually
I don't know,
is.
but they were like he like spun in the air to avoid those missiles.
Yeah.
Dude,
I was gonna say China or
I
Russia.
like
one of them
I
was supposed to be.
love that scene. I remember me and Dom were in the theaters when we watched that, and like I had seen it before that. This was Dom's first time watching it, and I turned over to Dom, and he literally was like, "Bro."
No, the best part is I think when he goes and proves them all wrong that it can actually be done.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
the-
yeah,
with
wait, does the
limit,
time limit? Yeah,
It was awesome.
yeah.
And then my gold is gonna be Mighty Ducks 2. Not like the most like seen movies of all time, Mighty Ducks, but they're sick. I mean, they're playing for Team USA, and Julie the Cat Gaffney goes in cold, makes a big save at the end. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of sports movies in general. So Mighty Ducks is my gold.
I thought
My take on
if
it?
sorry, if Miracle had a second movie, that would definitely be your goal.
I definitely Miracle is
like
up
isn't
there
that
as the
your
greatest movie of all time.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's like
It's pretty.
that and A Few Good Men and Gladiator are like
Yeah.
A
battle.
Few Good Men is insane.
Oh, so good. Tom Cruise just produces.
Bangers.
Yeah,
Little short take.
Go ahead.
yeah.
All right. Top Gun, incredible.
Yeah. Top Gun is gas. I definitely had. I said it earlier. That was like I was trying to squeeze it in there somehow. Dark Knight was just. What? I was trying to put it onto my list
Just
somehow.
always trying to squeeze it in there.
Oh my! I think I had to say firmly my favorite part in Top Gun was, goodness gracious, Great Balls of Fire.
How
sick.
How firm do you have
Fire,
to say it?
Huh?
How
You
firm?
also
How firm?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty firm when I watched that part.
No, I said. You said you had to say it firmly, and I said, how firm do you have to say it?
Oh, that's what you meant.
Filipe is definitely just swinging sides over here.
Dude, the mustache kind of got me, man.
That's what I was about to say. I think that's what got you. Listen,
Yeah.
With Miles Keller.
Yeah.
You and every white girl in America.
Yeah.
Glenn Powell though.
Yeah.
So, all right, my bronze.
I'm not gay.
He's just homosexual.
Dude, I literally can't breathe. Oh my god, she's like, that's what you meant.
Okay, George, can't breathe.
Bro, that was a good one.
No one's staying.
He's assuming we're cutting it out. No.
Freedom of speech.
No. Don't tread on us, boy.
All right, and top three.
All right, bronze. I'm gonna match you, GT. We're going Top Gun 2.
I
that was
didn't
me.
do Top Gun.
That was you, Alex. I'm sorry. He talks about it so much. All right, well, right there.
Are you been paying attention on this podcast or what?
No, many days.
Your head's in the
All of
clouds.
his brain power is going to not touching the cords on the floor.
Don't touch them. Don't touch them. Don't touch
Oh,
them.
my head hurts, bro. Oh goodness.
Yeah, that was
All
me.
right, Alex.
Yep.
So we're going with that for bronze. Silver. Fast and Furious 2.
That's actually
Which one was
fire.
that?
Tokyo Drift? Isn't Tokyo Drift?
No,
number
I
two?
thought Tokyo Drift was the first one.
No.
No,
No.
it's Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
you're
comes
right,
out-
right, right,
it
right.
comes
Tokyo
out-
Drift was
it
the
comes out the
first, right?
Fast, the
No.
Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious, and then Tokyo Drift. is
Tokyo
the
Drift
third
was the
one.
third.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish.
I just-
Tokyo Drift was fire as well.
Do your gold.
All right, and then gold. We're going Cars 2.
I was gonna say I was gonna have Cars in mind. If I had a fourth spot, Cars 2. Oh,
Dude,
what
the
a fire
fact
movie.
that Cars 2 was so good that they had to put out a third movie, which tanked. Why ruin Lightning McQueen like that, dude?
Yeah.
I don't even like the
This
third one.
the third one's awful.
Francesco Banul. How do you say it, Juan?
Flynn met missile.
Nacho goes, it's
I'm gonna leave
Italian.
now. Yeah,
He's from Chile.
I'm
for-
from Chile.
JT, you're so ignorant.
for the viewers who didn't hear him, he said it's Italian, and then said I'm an idiot, basically. So, because I am an idiot.
All right.
Sorry,
Comments
Juan.
on
Don,
it?
how would you say?
It's just the accent, you know. I'm American, so I'm dumb.
I thought you were Lebanese.
I am Lebanese, but I'm also
You're
American.
brown. Hey? Yeah.
Hell yeah. My comments. Dude, for some reason, Cars. Well, so where I lived in Arizona, I think that's where the original Cars was based
Yeah,
off of with
yeah.
Route 66.
Yeah.
And so I remember, parents took us out to Route 66 and like showed us some gas station. Like, you remember this? I'm like, no. He's like, this is from Cars. I'm like, Cars is animated. This wasn't here.
I thought you were gonna be like, yeah.
No, I was like pissed we went on this drive. I'm like, I thought we were gonna go see Cars in like this like magic world, but it's like real life. I was so disappointed. But yeah, the second one was great.
That was a great story. Thanks.
You're welcome.
That's why he's here.
I know.
We need to put a poll up though to this one. I feel like this is
Yeah,
most
yeah.
solid.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Put
Yeah.
a poll.
Okay.
I couldn't hear what you said.
All right, I'm saying we need to do a poll.
A poll.
Of what?
Do you want to dance on the pole? Is that why?
Yeah. Why do you need a poll?
No, Filipe wants it though. I know.
No, I don't strip.
It's not part of his NIL deal right there.
My hot take. Yeah, that was a good one. Cars 2 is so good. I can watch it again and again at being 24, and I'm like, dang, fire.
The Need for Speed.
Good job.
Oh,
got him.
I was
Yeah,
about
my
to do it.
comments are Top Gun was mine, not JT's, and Cars 2 is good. Cars 2 is fire. Yeah, coming up, we're bumping up on 2 hours, I think. So, thanks for tuning in again.
If you made this long,
Yeah.
thanks, boys and girls.
Like, subscribe, comment. Yeah, do all the things. We appreciate Filipe hopping on. Great time.
I appreciate you guys. This was incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah, special shout out to our amazing guest.
yeah. Go follow him on social media. It'll be in the description somewhere. Go watch UGA tennis.
He's
Yeah.
a beast.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you see me at the UGA tennis complex, just yell "Bro vote" and I'll give you a thumbs up in the middle of the match.
Hell yeah. Let's go. All right. Appreciate you guys. See you next week.
Adios.
Ciao.
Peace.